All right, guys, I've got to go get the dog. I'm just getting this set up first before I do the Facebook. But this is a brand new. Um, I'm gonna get a stand for this thing. Okay, that's not too bad. But you know what you're trying to do is one, get this thing moving to this platform real fast with the pager, get the dog moving in your direction real fast with the pager. I mean, it's that technical. You're not just making friends and teaching it to sit. You know, you're looking at it more scientifically. If it's going fast, if I can get it back, I've got a 3-layer plan for that. Not, well, I'm going to stand there and say come and clap my hands and go or whistle. I even thought about the whistling thing. You know, because Dave goes out there and whistles, and I thought, you know, if I had any of mine trained for a whistle, who knows? They're hearing a whistle. You don't know that they might, you know. You said, well, dog left alone in the backyard that was whistle trained, heard somebody whistling a block away. They might. Anyway, all right, let me get my Facebook up and running, but this puppy is brand new. And I'm using the Dogtra IQ, which is a very weak pager. And let me get this Facebook set up real quick. And I'm also, you know, starting on a deliver to hand. Any thought any more about Penny? Oh, that's that girl. I do have to give this girl credit for hanging in there. No, he didn't close the gate right. Alright, I got a friend Linda on here. I can tell you, I can already tell she's my kind of girl. You know, if you said, well, little babies can't learn to use an iPad, how can a puppy respond to a pager? That I know of, there is little baby iPads. I was thinking of getting one for myself. I said, maybe it'll be sturdy. I won't be able to break it. If this thing can go online, you know, I'm not going to play the games. But she does have that one trait I don't like, and she's kind of already doing it with the other puppies, so I'm going to have to work on that a little bit. But she's very food aggressive, and she's got a very strikeout way of, you know, defending the food very quickly. She's so greedy. You know, and if you said, well, there's no possible way anything like that could ever manifest on a human, it does all the time. You know, it's not going to with this dog. We're going to work around it. But, you know, if you said, what do you say? I'm saying I'm making an observation. You know, you've got to be, if you're a trainer anyway, as clinical as possible. Anyway, I'm going live on Facebook too. It's awful. It's awful. But let me run and get the dog. I've already got my treats cut up. I've got the natural balance roll. I'm saying to myself, you know, oh, I'll just use its normal kibble. You're going way bigger than that. You're coming in loaded for bear. You're coming in loaded for bear. This dog is never, you know, this dog is now seeing Green Day live. Nothing else is gonna, you know, it is the Billy Joe Armstrong effect. And if you said, what is it? It is you working up to the point of saying to the dog, I can be in awe of what you do, and by that they get an awe of you. So, all right, let me grab the dog. So right away, I direct the dog to the platform. And he said, well, it did jump. It did jump on me, but I didn't have any reaction. He said, I played it back. There was a discernible reaction. There wasn't. I was already planning on being deadpan. That's always my problem. And A, B, C, and D is understand that the dog's internal dialogue needs to be, hi, Sharon, I was thinking about you, girl. I said, I haven't heard from her. I hope everything's going good. Hope I'm not overwhelming you with all this detail. I don't even realize myself how much detail there is until the next day. Each day I realize it's even more detailed. If you said, well, it is like somebody being very, very fluent in body language, yeah. There's people that can speak see-spot run. And they do see-spot run. They see-spot, yay! They see-spot running away from them. If you said, what, you want to read like War and Peace? They can't get enough of this book. He's watching my hands involuntarily. If you said it's watching your hands involuntarily, because it's hardwired to read body language. I'd say, yes, that's what it's doing. I've made it obvious I'm speaking, but they're looking at your body language as a whole. Yay! So, if you said, well, what do you mean? There's gibberish body? Yes, there's gibberish body language. You could be doing one thing. People often are not syncing up their lower body and their upper body. If you said yes, they're just slumping along. They're not syncing up anything. They're not syncing up anything. So I'm not curbing any enthusiasm if you're there, Linda. But yeah, I can see how she must have been a tiny tornado all over the house. Oh, yeah. Tiny tornado. Yay! So now she's concluding, going over there, and then you said, what am I doing? I am deliberately appearing over there and having a slight pause, you know, where my feet are coming together. And you said you weren't doing that yesterday. I know, I'm just going to tell you right now that when I look back at my videos, if you said, what do I see? I see more often than not. I don't like the way my feet are. I'm getting rid of this video. I don't like the way my feet are. I'm too pigeon-toed. There's other people that their feet turn out. There's got to be, it is, remember when I used to watch America's Next Top Model? You've got to train from head to toe. So so even right there, it sort of ended with, how do I even do that one? But if you said you're telling, I'm not telling you to do anything. I haven't said anything. Oh yeah, I'm live on YouTube now too, with this other odd angle shot. I'm going to show Jill this shot. It is kind of a cool shot though. It's the dog's dog POV shot. Oh, that's what I'll put. And you should be able to hear the pager. The other thing, we're going to get her going on that footstool too, but let me get this out of here for now. So what are you looking for? Levity. These are what would be the opposite. Adam Spivey pulling him over there. I thought about that. That one guy, I can't even think of his name. He came on there and he was trying to say, oh, respectfully disagree with that Adam Spivey video. Because this is cruelty. Taking constant, pulling the dog up there, and then giving it a treat for coming off of there. And then not figuring out why it doesn't want to get back up there. So using more constant to pull it up there. If you said, well, it's not like it's, yeah, it was on a leash. And this guy's completely unaware. And then, you know, here's an idea. If you're trying to get it up there, give it the treat when it goes there, not when it gets off of there. Because then it says, this plays bad, but it didn't look good. She's looking at my eyes. So I validated her idea. She said, oh, I might be looking over here, but then boom, I was right there. She's going to say that to herself. So I want to start the dog understanding. Yeah, it's that detailed, it really is. You said, well, I have 2 dogs. They communicate. They don't use words. Exactly. Exactly. So now I've got a dog that's defaulting to staying up there. And if you said, well, how did you get that? Yesterday she'd run up there. But as soon as I said, you know, yay, she got back down. If you said, well, it's just progressing. Yeah, it's just progressing to this. It's only its 3rd day. No, she's having the time of her life here. I don't want you to worry. I can see how she was a tiny tornado turning all over your house. Probably biting at your hands in between. You can see why you have those little biscuits for her. But you've got to say, if you're a trainer, if you said, what do I say if I want to get some result? Let me see, what have I got that these sons of guns will like? More than some squirrel poop or something else I can find. I'm not going to say, here's your kibble. And if you said why, you're looking to train in heightened reality as much as possible. Not always, but a heightened sense of reality between the dog and the handler. Not sit, wait, stay. Because if you said, well, that's just forming a little thin glass ceiling that they're going to break through when it really gets hot and heavy. Oh, exactly. Exactly. All right, so now she's looking at me. I can look at the platform and see what her mindset is. I want her internal dialogue to be, I don't want its internal dialogue to be it's going to correct me for jumping. Let's put it that way. I want its internal dialogue to be, and I can race it to that platform. I'm way faster. So I'm already looking at it. She's trying to study my eyes. Somebody threw her up there with the page. Yeah, I threw her up there with the page. It's a very, very fascinating tool. She's looking at my eyes. She's studying my eyes. Now I'm not looking at her. And if you said, well, I could measure, you know, you should just keep staring at it and keep petting it. I can show you, I saw a video this morning, and they were trying to make this dog sit for treats, and that worked for 1 second, and then the dog was gone. They were able to get it back over there and do it again, and then gone. I'm just not seeing that your engagement is so limited if you're going to do sit. So I've already got a dog that is saying to herself, all right, so look, I don't know if you can probably see her on the low camera. She's looking at me, I'm looking at the platform. It's kind of bending her head. But if you said, what are you going to do? I'm going to have a couple precursors and then I'm going to bump the pager and go over there. And if you said what was interesting, I thought it would spin it this way. Honestly, if you're there, Chelsea, I thought it would spin it that way. And if you said, well, I make a note of which way it spins. I don't. I'm going to tell you what, I don't make a note of which way they spin. But in certain dogs, I do notice they always spin the same way, if that makes any sense. Initially, I'm only looking for a spin. I'm not necessarily studying every bit of footage and writing down spun to the left, spun, you know. But if you said, well, it's going to keep spinning that way, I believe that. This might be your response, Chelsea. Oh, I believe that. Yeah. There's a which I don't believe anymore. Yeah, Sasquatch, all of it. Chelsea, I don't want to hear any more about no Sasquatch. It's in Canada. You know I'm a huge fan of Canada. Prove it, Chelsea. I'll go right on YouTube. Oh, there's plenty of grainy, shaky, distant footage with archaic cameras of Bigfoot. So just, go with the flow here. It's clearly, Bigfoot, the government's behind this. The media, the cops, all of it. And you said, what do you mean? Well, they've got the body at Area 51, Chelsea. If you read the National Enquirer, you would have seen that. Oh, yeah. Area 51. Yeah, oh, yeah. That's where its body is. Okay, so I got it moving that direction with the paper. So I'm saying, okay, I got it moving that way a bunch of times. In my mind, I'm saying, I better balance that out. And with a dog like this, I don't think necessarily think you want a bias towards distance. If you said, well, are you looking for a bias towards distance to the platform in the beginning? No, I don't think you are. I think you're looking for a bias towards honestly, they all seem to have that same levity going on the platform. Am I wrong? It's a very light. Way of going up there. All right, so she's looking at my eyes. I got my finger on the back. Oh, you ready? She ready? Okay, so she spun the other way that time. So there you go. I noticed that. So the treat is all very right there. There's no good girl, yes, any of that. We can get to that later. I think that's what we even need to say. If you said, well, people just aren't that good with that either. And then they just wear it out. If I just kept going on inside and putting on progressively worse looking outfits with some obscene band from some obscene, that one ATM with worse looking outfit, and you just kept saying yay, eventually I'd say aye. Eventually I would say it doesn't matter what I write, and say aye, I'm over it. And that's the apathy thing we need to talk about. I need to do a whole article about what is handler apathy and what are the signs and how it can be easily spotted on video. Yeah. So what? A dog first looking around, thinking anywhere but here, and then two, the first chance it gets going away from the handler and looking for anything else. That's what handler apathy is. Okay, so she's looking at my eyes. She's looking at my eyes. She already knows the drill. I got to get a good trajectory. And I have to look very deliberate. I'm going to bump the pager. You said that one levity. It was, Chelsea. It's scary, isn't it? It had about that much levity off the platform. All right, let me grab some more treats. But yeah, okay, so that's where we're at with that. I can get her coming. Uh-oh. Oh, no, crap. All right, listen, hang on. This iPhone got too hot, so let me hang on. Let me go. Luckily, I'm on YouTube too. Let me just put it in here. Okay, let me go get some more treats. Alright, let me see if this thing cooled down. Oh, she thinks that's the platform now. So I'm not saying don't jump at all. I'm just saying move away from the handler, which is more feasible. More feasible. I definitely gotta put this thing in the shade. It's not gonna shine. Oh, without this thing falling anyway. Anyway, so she's over there now, so I don't want to, again, oh, this one is bad. I don't understand it. I could take that out. Millie! So what did you do? I added the pager slightly before. So if you said, well, you have to add it, yes, you have to add it before. Again, it isn't a correction. Remember that one girl, oh, Becky or whatever her name was, I went after her this awful video, and then she came back and was trying to say, oh, she's seen my work or something, and oh, she doesn't like the way I do it. There's a lot of different ways, and then next thing she's talking to Mike, and then suddenly now she likes the way I train him, and says, yeah, well, you know, if you want to talk about it, you know, it's a huge message. People, you know, and she had this awful video. If Sarah knows how to spell, and then she spells it wrong, I give her a correction. That's like the e-collar. I said, oh my effing God. This was my comment. Oh my effing God, take this down. If Sarah knows how to spell, but purposely spells it wrong, well, that deserves a correction there. Or it deserves, who cares about spelling? Okay, let me get my stuff. Let me see if I'm still online. I'm probably gonna overheat on this thing too if I'm not careful. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna work on fire. Let me move the camera a little bit. Okay, so you're working on shaping a deliver to hand. Basically getting him to put something in your hand. As the end result being able to get the dog to retrieve, but doing it as the subtask of putting it in your hand first, not throwing anything. Alright, so double check that on. So I think having a bucket's very important. You got your handler sitting down, getting very small. She liked this thing yesterday. My job is to say, we both have an interest in this thing. If the dog understands bigger is better. You don't want to throw it though, and you don't want to tell him to get it. And I'm not looking at her at all. I'm keeping my gaze focused. Even when I'm giving the dog the treat. If you said, what are you trying to do? I'm trying to bend its head. It is all about bending, and we need to write that down, Chelsea. What I need you to do is look up alright, so I can take it away now. I want you to look up bending in horses. Oh, the reflection on that phone. I said, it looks maroon all of a sudden. I realize it's the reflection off that slide. Okay, so you see where I'm at, though. I've got a dog that's saying to herself, oh, it seems to like me looking at it. What about if I poke it? What does it do then? I've got to be ready. If you said, what's my plan? To make the praise fit the deed. I now take old phrases, Chelsea, mix them up. Make the praise fit the deed. So I'm ready to say, if it picks it up, oh, that's going to be a lot better than just, I may add some verbiage to that. So anything. Very close. Oh, she's smart. So she said, oh, well, it like that. So she went back and did it some more. Oh, she's smart. Yeah, I'm going to do the microchip too. I'll do that later. I have to have a relaxed morning after this bug guy coming. And he said that's all it takes to throw you off kilter. Who knows what these chemicals this guy's spraying are? I told Rob though, I've known him for, years and years. I can't have just these strange workers that he hires coming over here. The dogs don't know them. They know Rob. Okay. I'm not, So now I can ask for just a tiny bit more. Make sure we're on the same page here. So if you said now I can try something smaller. Something should be more prone. Oh, here's the world's smallest bird. You know that they. Oh, she already looks like she's gonna pick it up. Oh, the world's smallest bird. Here it goes. Okay, here we go, Grant. This is. Yeah, Linda. We need to think seriously about the dog going out hunting. I understand now. I'm not a fan of hunting. Get over it, lady. I'm not. You have to be careful. Some of these people don't know how to really shoot a gun. Not Grant, but other people. They don't. Anyway, so the world's tiniest bird. Or coo, coo, coo. It's a dove. Coo, coo, coo. Boom. 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 You can see though, I keep my gaze fixed on the bird deliberately. And I do think the treat over here does help, because if you said, well, you should do the treat, I think the treat over here helps with. They're already kind of adding a little bit of travel, before the dog even does the delivery. It's true. If their internal dialogue is bigger is better. And I find this thing, meaning us, fascinating. Because it speaks with its eyes. And if you said, well, I want to speak with a prong collar, that's why I just, I can't even deal with anyone. It's too archaic. As if you're exaggerating. A prong collar only came out in the late 90s. Late 90s? Yeah, the late 1890s. A prong collar was first developed in the late 90s. The late 1890s? If you said, oh, there was a model even before that in the 1790s. All right. Alright, so we're back to our real bird. So at this point, Grant, she'll be able to push the bird in your general direction. If you said how long? Oh, it'll take hours. It'll take hours, but you're gonna stick it out. Stick it out. So if you said, well, now the dog is bored with you. If it's bored with you, it's you. Grant, not you, Linda, but you know, that's what people say, the trainer, this one guy in Scotland, he goes out of his way to bully me. Oh, the dog's had enough of him. This is after like 5 minutes. You know, the dog's had enough of him. Gee, could this anything to do with the handler? Yeah, whatever happens has to happen. Fast. I do like that. You know, you're yakking it up. I said, oh my God, it's unbelievable. You know, the thing is winning the national championship every time it touches it. You know, it's gotta be, I understand that now. Good dog, yes. It's too long. Too long. Yeah, it's very short. It's true. Am I wrong? It can be made very short. If you said how. Leaving off the Y at the end. I like the way she's already moving back and forth, though. She's looking at it. My job is not to say, okay. My job is not to say, oh, that'll be suggested. That'll be suggested viewing for the people that get the ebook, Chelsea. All 9 seasons of Seinfeld, you know, and a few other, you know, things that reference. Am I wrong? All right, I'm going to be back later with Millie with the recall, but that's where we're at. I'm shaping the deliver to hand, and I'm just shaping his behavior. And I don't want you to worry. She's going to do it. And it is, if you have not set up a dynamic with a dog to say bigger is better, if your dynamic is do it, get it, brilliant, it's not going to work. I don't even know what previous training she had. If you said it's apparent, not from what I don't see anything apparent. I do understand platform work is. It is easy for owners, Chelsea. They're able to quickly identify themselves as a handler by standing by this platform. You know, if I see somebody behind the wheel of a bus, I identify them as a bus driver. Am I wrong, Chelsea? So that's where we're at, and I am, you know, also saying to the dog, my interest in you is very behavior specific. I see certain things, well, wow, wowza, you know, not, it is deeper than people want to believe, and I think that's why any kind of hunting and stuff to the point bothers me, and I was getting in the biggest fight with this guy online. Oh, I think you're a PETA plant. Because I saw the guy, this hunting dog that got killed, and the guy took the GPS collars. It's a deer dog. Let me tell you what they do down here, Chelsea. They get packs of these hounds, and they take them out, and if you say, well, what do you mean, how do they hunt the deer? They run them into the ground until the deer is at a level of exhaustion, and it can easily be killed. So kind of like fox hunting? Yeah, exactly like fox hunting. Except these guys are in pick-em-up trucks, 4-wheel drives and four-wheelers with GPS collars. You know, I tried to say to this, Jim, I saw the guy's profile. He's scary. I'm going to go find his name. I'm willing to bet he's got a record in Lake County. I saw the guy shot his dog, took the GPS collar. The guy, this Jim's trying to say, oh, you put a love about a hunting dog getting killed. Yeah, no, Jim, I'm a little more mature than that. Oh, a hunting dog got killed. Yeah. If I did put love, I hit it instead of sad, because no, I don't want to see a dog get killed, but I can tell you this guy's whose dog it was, if you said, oh, there's no other side to the story, this is conservationism at its best, These good old boys keep 10, 20 of these hounds in a pen. If you said they get them out, play with them. You said, well, they don't run up by the road and get run over all the time. They get run over on 44. If you said, I know plenty of good old boys that hunt with these hounds, they don't have any such stories. Let me give you one story. It's called Flo Joe. Look it up. Flo Joe and the GPS collar. I said to this guy, these people don't give them heartworm medicine. They don't vaccinate them. Oh, now you claim to know how people take care of the... Yeah, I live around here. I know what they do in Lake County. They have pens full of hounds that they let them out. They put them in these trucks and they take them out in the woods with GPS collars, and they follow them around and they cut the deer off at the pass. And by then this deer has been terrified and run into the ground. I'm assuming they blow it away with the largest, most powerful rifle they have. All right, look, so she went way over there. If you said, why was it? They probably spent so much. Millie! And she's already defaulting to going back up here. Anyway, I'm going to run, you guys. I got to get this iPad out of the sun, too. So I will be back. I'm going to move out there, but I'll be back. But that's where we're starting. So stay tuned. I'm going to do the whole training on here. And, you know, I'm saying to myself, I was able to use a pager to get it up on the platform. I got plenty of levity. And I was able to use the pager to get it to come to me when it was around the corner, out of sight of the handler. And if you said, what did you do? I got farther away than I was when the dog last saw me. She's going around there again. And I muffled my voice, and I made sure I was moving when I called the dog. So the dog, if you said you mean the dog could tell from the sound of your voice that you were moving away. Oh, absolutely. All right, be right back.